It seems like the whole world is at war, doesn't it? It seems like the war is on the ground and now you can see it. But what you probably don't know is the world has been at war for very, very, very many decades, eons. There's been a war every day of your life, no matter what country you live in. But now you can't not see it. Now it's in your face. Now it's in your back garden. Now it's a bunch of blokes who worship the religion of Islam, but they're radicals, and they will happily force you to submit to Allah. And those men that are in those hotels down the road, yeah, they were delivered here by your government. Now please let that sink in. These aren't starving men with families and children, because where are the kids? Where are the women? Do you mean you left them behind to fight the war while you all ran here? No, you were given transport from France, an agreement made with the French government and the English government, obviously, British government, obviously, yeah, obviously. Can't deny it, can you? Little monstrous monsters. And they are sending people into Britain, let's say, all over Britain, putting them in hotels, waiting for the command for civil war or anyway, whatever. That's happening, okay? We've got to stop ignoring it and stop pretending it's not happening, because it is. We're just going to wait for them to pop out and run on the streets, try and drag us to get jabbed or drag us into camps, because our boys won't do it. Our military will not listen to orders and drag good people into camps that don't take a jab, or whatever kind of lockdown the asshats that run our world are trying to enforce now. The only difference now is you can't ignore it. It's in your face. So today, a lot of you would have heard that the military base, military base in Cyprus was hit by a drone. What you are seeing is the deadhead global leaders all going to war and all trying to drag each other into war. Now, if you think it's just Trump, honey, you're missing the point. It's not just him, okay? And I don't care what you think about him. I care about my planet. I care about you. I want you to recognize what's going on. The world leaders, the ones you see and the ones you've never seen, and you'll never know their names, the gazillionaires, the billionaires, they're all fighting each other, and we are just the little rats in the way. They don't care about you. They hate you. If they could put weapons of mass destruction on you right now, they would, because it would expedite their dirty plan. Who are the main culprits here? Well, let me tell you straight to your face. The World Economic Forum. Oh, yes. Surely not. Oh, yes. Yeah, but they go to Davos. We saw Trudeau there with Katy Perry. Near. Idiot, stupid people, okay, that have been psychopathized in many levels for generations, a bloodline family of potentially 13, not to mention the council of 300 that reside under them, and the other places of authority that put themselves in positions to force a new world order. And if you at this point are unable to consider that you are wrong, then you need to watch something else, babe, okay? Bye. Because I'm only interested in talking to people who want to know what's happening, because, my darlings, we are going to get through this. We are going to survive this. We are going to win this, and we don't need to get angry and violent. But what we do need to do is notice and focus and name and call out the culprits, the perpetrators, the genociders, okay? So in the British government, God, I mean, take your pick. I call it the pig farm. They sound like farmers. Farm animals oinking. They make all these noises. They turn up in other areas and elements of the British government or system in wigs and gowns, because these are satanic rituals. It's not about a 200-year-old ritual and honouring British, etiquette. Balls to that. They run rituals, they run energy, they run frequency, okay? Their job, their role, their agenda is to take everybody down. It's to genocide as many humans as possible. It's not going to happen. They already failed, because people who are losers and evil like that, they fail. But they've been doing it for a long time. So I know you got triggered. I know you got scared. I know you've got beloved men and women working at the military bases on Cyprus. So today we got pumped. Okay, now we're like, oh my God, now we've got to strike back. Do we? But do we though? So Trump in America is definitely creating chaos. This is to bring down the old system. I don't want to think or believe what people say, and it doesn't matter. If you just focus on Trump, they're laughing at you, mate, laughing at you, because what you're doing, you're dividing. The way mind control works, the way that global MK Ultra works, many different ways, but here's one of the way. They try to force you to take a side. So let's say that I hate Trump and you love Trump, just as an example. You're going to go, oh, that Danny Henderson, she hates him, but I, as the other person, I love him, so they're trying to divide us. Do not let that happen. We have to unite. We can unite having different opinions about different things, but overall what we're trying to do is unify and build and create a world of love and get rid of the shite at the top, the dung heap that has been putting itself over us and trying to imprison us. And again, if you're not aware of these things, then this is not the broadcast for you, but it is the channel for you. If you want to learn how children have been genocided, how there are hybrids, how there are ETs, how there are evil psychopathic people that run your world, then go pick one of the many hundreds and hundreds of broadcasts on this channel, Danny Henderson. Just subscribe and go play. Go pull up a subject. Go read. Go listen. Go meet these amazing people that risk their lives, as I have, for you, for humanity, to learn the truth of what's happening on this planet. Now, we got to understand it's the multi-billionaires who are all peacocking, schlangers out, all peacocking against each other because their secrets are being exposed, their money is being lost, their assets are being seized in different areas, and the people they thought they could trust, even if they had blood ties with them, satanic rituals with them, occult promises with them, ancestral ties with them, it's all collapsing. None of them are safe. So they're turning on each other and they're turning harder on you and me. So don't just focus on Trump, like I said, who's there to bring down the old system. Now, as the occult gets revealed, history repeats itself. They're trying to force another reset. Now, be careful of people that deny Tartaria, that deny the kingdom of Sibir, that deny a time. So we're looking at Atlantis. Atlantis was filth and dirt and corruption at the highest levels at the end. That is why it was taken down. It wasn't full of all the great and the goods and the blah blahs and the blah blahs. That's bollocks, okay? The Atlanteans also took out love. The Atlantis race that was thousands and thousands of miles, of course they weren't all bad. The leadership was corrupt as shit. Okay, and that's what we've got now, a repeat of Atlantis. You just wait. People are going to freak out. They're going to go, no. What happened to Lemuria? You didn't even know about Lemuria, did you? Most of you never heard of it. Lemuria was the time before Atlantis. The Lemurians loved the earth. We moved with the pulse of the planet. We knew every plant, every flower, every natural medicine, every crystal, everything the earth gave us, we used. And at some point, other people came in and a more of a corruptive, working with organic and synthetic technology started to be developed, and there were other races off planet that came and infiltrated, and then Atlantis became the way of the entire world, and Lemuria was destroyed and taken out. There are many books on this. Don't read new books on it, because you're just going to get a modern twist on old stuff that somebody wants to add their imprint on. Don't do that. Go back down the timeline. If you want to know about the corruption and the truth of Atlantis, this book was written in the 90s. It's called The Only Planet of Choice, Essential Briefings from Deep Space. This will give you a background. This is one of the first books that ever woke me up to the reality of how corrupt and evil Atlantis was, especially the system in the center, the leadership that was infiltrated and corrupted, and that is why it was taken down. That is fact, honey bun. That is fact. So they're trying to do that again. So the Tartaria was a time that came long after Atlantis, but it was a time of beautiful beings cohabiting, giant-sized beings, loving beings. I mean, nobody would build a church, for example, or a huge temple, let's say, with a 20-foot door if there weren't 20-foot people to go through them. Yeah, you hear about all the Egyptian hieroglyphs. People say, oh no, the guy with the jackal on his head, he didn't really look like that. That's just representation. Lies again. Lies. We draw and we paint what we see. Okay? There are so many people who've come up an academic level. They have been taught and programmed to believe what they're told. The whole of history has been redacted. Every single timeline has been corrupted on some level. They say the victors write history. Yeah. The murdering winners of the past have redacted our history, enslaved good people, removed beautiful beings. Yeah? The Anunnaki were not all that in a bag of chips. And when the Anunnaki came to this planet, they were mining gold. And that is fact. I've only ever heard one person say the opposite and try and make them all so glamorous and glittery. Well, honey, you're on your own, baby cakes, because nobody believes that bollocks. You were the only one that ever said it. So pop along there. We're bored of you. And other people that try and block history. It's so boring because all is written, all is coming to the surface. And you guys, it's our time to think about what do we feel, what do we think, what do we believe. Even if we're wrong for a bit, at least start thinking for yourself. Start thinking for yourself. History repeats itself because we allow it. Another reset is trying to be forced. They removed Tartaria, go look it up. Now they're trying to remove this time. They're trying to remove us. They're trying to force boys to become girls, girls to become boys. They're trying to hybridize people. They're trying to infect you. They're trying to implement nanotechnology in you. Again, if this is all new to you, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to keep light about certain things where possible, but also we ain't got no more time for lies and drama. We got to call it out. We got to call it out. And if we're wrong, and I've been wrong about so many different things, I'll admit it. I'll say sorry, I ballsed up there, but I'm doing my best to try to help everyone stay calm, recognize that the dog heads at the top are fighting each other. They're throwing countries around. They're trying to drag everybody into war. And if you just focus and blame one man, you've fallen for the trick. You fell for it. You fell for it. Okay? Trump's there to cause chaos, and he's definitely creating chaos. Let's see what else happens. No, the occult gets revealed. Like I said, history repeating itself. Now, stand up to Parliament. Oh my God, the Muppets in Britain. Here's the truth. The bar, as they say, in Britain is so low. That's why the title is, it's low, and it's as sewer rats. The bar is so low. Anyone can be a global leader now. Just go down 10 Downing Street, knock on the door and say, "Oi, John, shift. Oi, Kia, bye-bye there. Sewer rat, go away. I'm a bit higher up than a sewer rat, so I'm going to apply and I'm going to be the Prime Minister." Yeah? Like, it's not a joke, actually. The bar is so low. It's so low. Now, my friend Andrew Bridgen was a beautiful politician. He had the guts that most people didn't have. He spoke out against COVID. He had the courage that most of you, 8,000 of you in Parliament, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, just waiting to make sure you get your pension. What about all the rest of us that are never going to see a pension? Because the people you work for and the things that you've done have prevented that, have killed it. Yeah? What about when we were 16 and 17 and we opted out of SERPs? That trickery to make sure that people in my generation don't get pensions, for example. You are monstrous, you are despicable, you are lazy, you are soulless, and you are shameful. You need to step out of the way and let us come in, humanity, and unify and set shit straight, because we are done. We are done with you. So as I was saying, the bar is so low. These people are immoral, they're heartless, but they're trained and they're groomed to be this way. Sometimes it happens in the womb. Fact is, they do know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Okay? No matter what they've gone through themselves, but they are clearly not fit for purpose. End of story. When you're not fit for purpose, the people get to tell you that, and you get to listen and hear it. Now, I know that all the people in Parliament, local authorities, education authorities, medical, hospitals, oh my God, don't even get me started there. Okay, you are servants. You're my servant. You're my brothers and my sisters' servants. Now, we don't go into ignorance. We know there's a swathe of people in Britain, just lazy dull lights, yeah, pouncing off the government, drinking the chemical cider all day, playing their games. They're the good for nothings, okay? They don't get to have a voice because they're playing the game, okay? So you guys can go and sit down because you're not helpful, okay? You're not helpful. But the rest of us that work, that stand strong, that are creating a good life and looking after our children and trying to make sure they get a good education, something worth actually learning, not the BS of the last 200 years. We're trying to change our world for the better. We're going to stop them spraying aluminium and barium and strontium. And why is it that when you look up at the sky, you see all the lines, no cars, no clouds, just straight lines across the sky, and we're breathing all of that in, and they're changing the molecular structure of the soil? Oh my God, what about farming? How could you even allow for a minute the way the farmers have been taught and treated? They have worked all their lives for generations, feeding us, feeding Britain, feeding us, working, tending to animals, raising them as humanely as possible, slaughtering them. I do think it will change, but let's focus on the now. And these people want to pass their land on, but there are ding-dongs in Parliament who are repressing them and charging inheritance tax and death tax. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? May you be woken every night of your life. Every night of your life, all of you that do that. Who do you think you are that you sit around and you plan our lives for us? No, you dog turds. No more. No. We're saying no. You are not taking our money. You are not taking and putting inheritance taxes on us. You are not killing the farming industry. Hello, ding dong. Punch, punch. Now, the World Economic Forum might be your boss. It's not mine. And it's not my brothers and my sisters either. Yeah? You may all think under one roof, oh, let's go to Davos. Let's all be wankers together and change the world. Let's carve up the world. Let's all pose in a picture. You're not even the real ringleaders. You're just the Muppets. Because the real evil is hidden. The hidden hand. We know that. Okay? So quit embarrassing yourselves. Best you sit down now and just fire yourself, just leave, because you are worthless, you are useless, you are not fit for purpose. And I, Danny Henderson, as a citizen on this planet, I'm lining you up and I'm firing you. You are fired. You are not fit for purpose. You have destroyed countries, destroyed lives. People have ended their lives because of things that you've done, laws that you've passed, things that you've taken. So you are fired. Oh, how funny. Oh, look at that silly bird on YouTube. Really, mate? Really? Really? It takes people like me with the courage to speak out and say the things that need to be said. Then others see someone doing that and they go, hang on, I can add some value here. I can speak my mind. I can get together with my circle of neighbours and parents and kids and create groups, and I can walk and I can march and I can sign petitions. And you dog ends in Parliament, when people present you with a petition, you bloody well read it. Don't you dare dismiss, oh, look at that, 1 million people. You spineless horrors. I can't think of words low enough for you. I have absolutely no respect. I respect the sewer rat more than I respect you. Those of you that have done harm knowingly, those soulless ones, those unfeeling ones. What do you think you're going to get part of China? Huh? Oh, I'll have the Panama Canal, I will. I'll traffic the children up and down in the Evergreen tankers, in the evergreen containers that Hillary Clinton was doing, and other killer monsters like her. Yeah? You think they're old? How come they're still alive? What are they drinking to keep them younger and keep them going? Shall we go there, shall we? Shall we go there, though? Again, the UK government are boating in the soldiers. They're trying to do to Britain what they did to Egypt in the 70s. I've been to Egypt. All you can hear is the call to prayer. It rattles your nervous system, but after a while, you get used to it. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to bring in Sharia law. We don't murder people, darling. No. And we don't make our girls cover their hairs up to stop them being raped. If you're worrying about raping someone, perhaps you should chop a few things off. And don't make girls be so repressed. I also appreciate there are some that do love Islam, and there are beautiful things in every single religion. I'm just having a pop at the murdering, raping, pedos that also think that they can force us to submit to their religion. When has violence ever worked? When has violence ever worked? Like, grow up. Grow up. You're not going to repeat history here. We're ending it. We're not allowing history to repeat itself. Okay? That's what you need to understand. Again, if you want to pinpoint an enemy, a global enemy, it's the World Economic Forum. It's also the World Health Organization. They're all the same bampots, all the same decrepit. Have you ever seen more unattractive looking people? No. And I'll tell you why they're so physically unattractive. Because evil can't hide itself. Evil comes out and it presents itself. So when you look at Schwab and Bill Gates, and what's that muppet? What's Bill Gates? We were tinkering about in a garage. Apparently, some big story about him creating Microsoft. Apparently, then there are others, because I've lived in America, I've lived in Canada, I've lived in Costa Rica, I've lived on Hawaii, I've lived in England, where I live now, and the story goes that he made all this money, but then there's all these different things that we're told about him. And why is he fiddling about with the global health? Why did he take out thousands of people in India, and the Indian people pushed him out and said, "You're not jabbing our babies anymore"? Who is he to make African people infertile? Huh? Who? Africa. Oh my God, there are so many things to go over, so many things to talk about, but the World Economic Forum is a central pot for the wizards and the warlocks and the witches of the earth who are spelling, who are creating horror, who are trying to force their wrath on humanity. But guess what? Love wins. Guess what? Goodness wins. Kindness wins. And again, the saying goes, do not perceive my kindness as weakness. It's time. Brothers and sisters, it's time. So stand up, walk up, speak out, use your voices, go down to the schools, change the school boards, change everything that you're not happy with. The people that serve the children, the people that work in government, they are the servants, but they forgot. They got too cocky. They're trying to make us pay and suffer. They're trying to genocide us. They're poisoning our food, our water, our air, our education, our children's lives, our grandparents and the elders' lives. They're trying to invite them to genocide themselves. There are people I know that say, I've only got enough money for another 2 years. Oh my God. How are we ever thinking like that? We have to live to pay. We have to pay to eat. We have to pay to drink water on a planet we were born on. As Alex Collier would say, the great Andromedan, there is so much wrong with that. It is time to think. It is time to step up, not with violence. Don't be a fool. There are too many stupid boys out there charging against the Muslims. Stop it. Stop them boating in. Trash the boats. But the boats aren't the problem. It's your government that's the problem. It's Keir Starmer and his mates. It's the government before that one. And it's the government before that one. It's always the same tosspots. Oh, it was Labour. Oh, it was Conservative. No, it's all of you. Because there aren't sides. There's one body. There's one body. It's called the World Economic Forum. They own all the banks on the entire planet. Oh, yes, they do. Go do some checking. So what do? We speak out. We push back. We don't use violence unless absolutely necessary, unless your life is in danger and you have to defend it. But we don't need to go to their level, the sewer rats. But like I said, the bar is so low, it couldn't get any lower. So now that you know how low the bar is in Parliament, let's say in Britain and Canada, all across the world, let's not lie, but let's just take the UK where I live right now. The bar is so low. Just go for president. Go for it. Tell that knobhead to step down. He is not fit for purpose. No one is. And, apply. The rules change when we, the people, change them. We don't use their process, due diligence, due process. We don't do that. They abuse that. You can't trust that. They're not looking at petitions. They've proven their incompetence. So now we write the rules. And I'm telling you straight, my name is Danny Henderson, and I love humanity. And I'm here to stand and fight and support you all. I'm not, for a moment, putting myself forward as president. I'm telling you, you could You could run. You could be whatever you want to be, and that's true. But with the system that's there in existence right now, they will try and stop you. So stand up, step out, subscribe to my channel, stay in touch with me. Let's work together and let's have the world we want. Not now, not in the distant future. Now, right now. Disclosure's happening, nothing's stopping it. I don't know who's banging on about gates between stargates. Yeah, stargates. The timeline between like 2027. No, it's happening now. That's why everything's in chaos. Disclosure is happening now. We're opening all of the vaults on every single thing you ever wanted to know. It's happening now. And you are a beautiful being. Come from a good place. Come from love. Come from protection. Come from passion. I don't want to do the job of a million men. I don't want to insult men who are nervous about stepping forward because you've been so demasculinated by the MK Ultra programs. It's too much to go into, but I respect you for standing up for love, for standing up for yourselves, for standing up for your families, your friends, your people, and your countries. It's our time now. I'll see you soon. Do your healing. If you want some healing and calming anti-stress techniques because of the chaos we're in, three videos back on this channel, few minutes to learn some breathing techniques to keep you calm so you can think straight and you can plan. I'll see you soon. I send love from my heart to yours. I am a proud Celt and I am here to support you all. Until next time, God bless.